All right, everyone, and we are back. In today's video, we will be talking about the C40 Cities Initiative connected to the Sustainable Development from the West. So, first, let's get into it. What is the C40 Cities? It says C40 is a global network of mayors of the world's leading cities that are united in action to confront climate crisis. Let's learn a little more. It says about C40. Learn about C40's mission, guiding principles, and the action we are taking to create a sustainable future for everyone and everywhere. C40 is a global network of near 100 mayors of the world's leading cities that are united in action to confront climate crisis. Mayors of the C40 cities are committed to using an inclusive, science-based, collaborative approach to cut their fair share of emissions in half by 2030, helping the world limit global heating to 1.5 degrees Celsius and build healthy, equitable, and resilient communities. C40 supports mayors to do this by raising climate ambition, building equity and thriving communities, building a global movement, and scaling up a climate action, facilitating access to financial for investment in green jobs and projects that improve the resilience in cities. All right. So says the C40 Leadership Standards 2021 to 2024. Pay attention to the date, people, because I talk about 2020-30 a lot. And you're gonna see how that comes into it and from other videos and things we've shown. So as a plan, the city has adopted a resilient and inclusive climate action plan aligned with the 1.5 Celsius ambition of the Paris Agreement and updates it regularly. Well, let's see what the Paris Agreement would actually be. Just a quick overview of it, right? Let's see. The Paris Agreement comes from the United Nations, right? The Paris Agreement is a climate change global emergency that goes beyond national borders. It's an issue that requires an international cooperation and coordinates a solution at all levels. And basically, this agreement was reached in December 12th, 2015, and it sets long-term goals for all nations. If you don't know, 195 countries across the world are in the United Nations, including United States, China, Russia, and therefore after. So their agreement is to substantially reduce global greenhouse gas emissions to limit the global temperature increase in this century to 2 degrees Celsius while pursuing efforts to limit it to increasing even further to 1.5 degrees. Review countries' commitments every 5 years and provide financing to develop countries to mitigate climate change, stronger resilience, and enhance abilities to adapt to climate impacts. So going from there, it says deliver in 2024, a city remains on track to deliver its climate action plan, contributing to increased resilience and equitable outcomes and having the C40's overall emissions by 2030. Mainstream. Cities use necessary finance, regulatory, and other tools at their disposal to address the climate crisis and mainstreams their equitable climate targets in the most impactful city decision-making process. Innovate. Cities innovate starts to include and be resilient in action for omissions to direct control of the city government, such as associated with goods and services. Lead. The mayors and cities demonstrate a global climate leadership and inspire others to act in support of the Paris Agreement. Now, with all that said, let's view some of these cities that are part of the C40 initiative. Says our cities. Well, let's zoom in a little bit to the United States and go from there. So some of the current cities in the C40 initiative as of now, I guess you could say, North America would be Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Montreal, Boston, Toronto, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Miami, New Orleans, Houston, Austin, and those are the ones that they show as of now. Interestingly enough, there are more, but let's learn more about their partners, the leadership, and their teams. So these are the funders of the C40 Cities Initiative. Bloomberg Philanthropies, Children's Investment Fund, Rodina, major funders, the UK government, Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Denmark, the Federal Ministry for Environment and Natural Conservative Nuclear Safety, ARP, Clean and Air Refund, Climate Works Foundation, GEF, which is Global Environment Facility, and Grum's Foundation, IKEA, Hubert Foundation, L'Oreal. Now, what would a makeup company be involved in climate control issues? Very interesting. Oak Foundation, Open Society Foundation, Brooks, FedEx, European Climate Foundation, Climate Change Collaboration, Brooks, Global Method Hub, Google, KR Foundation, Mayor's Mitigation Council, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, NARP, OLOC, NOV, Nordisk, Seed Fund, I don't know that one, Velox, Wallace Global Fund, and Welcome, the Partnership Cities Alliance, United Cities for Local Government, Global Covenant for Mayors for Climate and Energy. See, any partners that we know? Oh, the World Bank. How interesting. Let's look at some of the leaderships, I guess. So meet the C40 chair, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Interesting. He was elected his second term for mayor in London in May 2021. Right? He was previously an MP for Tooting, South London for 11 years and served as a shadow Secretary of State for the Justice from May 2010. And he was a shadow minister for May 2013. He says the mayor served as a vice chair of the C40's initiative since 2016. Mayor Khan has been one of the first leaders to declare a climate emergency, and he has championed a green and sustainable recovery from COVID pandemic in London City Hall. Right? Now, that's interesting. It says this is the chair. London Mayor Sadiq Khan, LA Mayor Eric Grook, Paris Mayor Annie Hadon, Rio Janeiro Mayor Edward Perez, New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, he's not there anymore. These positions have rotated. Toronto Mayor David Miller, London Mayor Key Livingstone. Let's see if there's anybody we might see that's familiar. Interesting. Now, all right. Huh. Very interesting. to say the least. So now you know some of the partners, some of the leading. I guess I could go ahead and do the chair. This is the chair of the C40's initiative as of now. Mayor Yvonne Sawyer, Freetown, Sierra Leone. Mayor Kate Gallones from Phoenix, United States. Mayor Annie Halong, said that wrong, so sorry. In Paris, France. Mayor Islam in Duknuk, Bangladesh. Governor Sadiq Arthur Johnson, Nairobi, Kenya. Governor Yakuri Koki. Whoa, we gonna do that. Tokyo, Japan. Mayor Claudia Lopez from Bogota, Colombia. Mayor Oh Sin-hoon from Sunhoon, South Korea. And if I'm saying it wrong, sorry about that. Mayor Valerie Plant from Montreal, Canada. Mayor Grace Salon from Milan, Italy. And Secretary for Environment and Ecology, Xin Shanwin from Hong Kong, China. So now you know what the C40 initiative is, some of the cities that are involved in, and what they're supposedly proposing to be working on. This is Kala signing out. Have a good day.